Good evening, this is Rashad Richard coming to you live from the YouTube channel as I continue on my part series on this, excuse me, my part series, the week that was college football history and review, the 1961 college football season. This is week 2, September 30th, 1961. But there was a game that was played on Friday, September 29th, 1961, between number 8 Penn State and Miami, where Miami upset number 8 Penn State by a score of 25 to 8. Sore-rib Miami quarterback George Myra overcame his frequent staggering trips to the sideline and led a 79-yard touchdown drive for 7-0 edge. When Myra was knocked out on last play of the first half amid a cascade of boos from partisan Orange Bowl Stadium crowd, limping Bobby Weaver filled in at quarterback in early third quarter to lead 81-yard touchdown drive after center linebacker Robert Hart made fumble recovery at Penn State 21-yard line. Miami soon had a 25-0 fourth quarter margin. Then Nittany Lions quarterback Pete List threw futile touchdown passes in the last 10 seconds. Next, Rutgers beat Princeton 16-13. Number 2 Mississippi beat Kentucky by a score of 20-6, winning its 11th game in a row and 6 straight over Kentucky. Mississippi rolled passing of quarterbacks Doug Elmore and Glenn Griffin, who combined for 9 for 15 for 137 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Griffin got Ole Miss winging with a 60-yard touchdown rocket to end Wes Sullivan. Just before end of first quarter, Wildcats countered with kicker Clarkie Mayfield, second field goal. So, game stood at 7-6 in favor of Rebels at halftime. But sub-halfback Chuck Morris put Mississippi in the driver's seat, a 69-yard interception touchdown return, and Elmore later clicked on 4 straight completions to end Ralph Smith's short scoring grab. Kentucky quarterback Jerry Woolen aimed each of his completions at Tom Hudson, but Ole Miss defense dug in when its goal line was threatened. Next, Florida and Florida State played to a 3-3 tie as the final result, 3-3 between Florida and Florida State. Florida State used its alert Renegades defense to continually stymie Florida, and after 3 fumble recoveries and 2 interceptions, Gators attempted 4th and 1 play near midfield on opening series, but procedural penalty forced the punt, which was blocked by FSU star defensive back Roy Bickford, 2 interceptions. Advancing bounding ball to Gators 17-yard line. Bickford set up kicker John Harley field goal for 3-0 Seminoles lead. In the second quarter, Florida moved to FSU 14-yard line, but Bickford swiped pass off fingertips of Gators halfback Lindy Infante at 7-yard line. Florida quarterback Bobby Dodd Jr. threw 34-yard pass to Seminoles 10-yard line, but in Fred Grimes spilled Gators halfback Ron Stoner for a 6-yard loss on third down. So Florida settled for kicker Billy Cash's 28-yard field goal with 3:23 left before halftime. Second half was marked by drives stopped by turnovers, including Bickford's late fourth quarter interception of Dodd at FSU 14-yard line. Next, Georgia Tech upset number 7 Rice 24-0. Solid winner previous week, confident number 7 Rice was completely flattened by a big defensive front of Georgia Tech that was led by nose guard Rufus Guthrie, guard linebacker Dave Watson, and tackles Larry Stallings and Hal Erickson. Engineers quarterback Stan Gann passed for 54 yards on the opening drive and scored a touchdown on a 5-yard sweep. Now, Georgia Tech presented clever offense that utilized runs and blocks of fullback Mike McNames, who got second quarter touchdown. The halfback Chip Grannon also scored for a 21-0 halftime edge. Trailing by the same score, the Owls advanced to Georgia Tech 23-yard line in third quarter, and quarterback Billy Cox's 2 passes were broken up behind passing of backup quarterback Randall Kerbo. Rice went 63 yards to 7-yard line against the Tech third stringers in the fourth quarter, but turned it over on downs on 3-yard line. Yellow Jackets sophomore quarterback, punter kicker Billy Lothridge was ineffective on offense, but stopped punt at Rice, 1-yard line to gain field position for McName's touchdown and booted fourth quarter field goal, his third of the year. Louisiana State beat Texas A&M by a score of 16-7. Auburn beat Tennessee 24-21. Michigan State, the number 10 team in the country, shut out Wisconsin 20-0. Michigan State spent whole muddy day on marching toward both Badgers' goal line, going 55, 80, and 65 yards to touchdowns. Spartans never got around to completing a single pass in the 4 attempts. Michigan State rushed 51 times for 330 yards rushing. Sub-fullback George Sames had 94 yards rushing on 8 carries, 2 touchdowns, scored twice at the fullback. Ron Hatcher followed halfback Dewey Lincoln's 14-yard cruise up the middle with 1-yard touchdown smash in the first quarter. Quarterback Ron Miller passed Wisconsin to good effect, and Pat Richter caught 5 passes for 60 yards, but Spartans defense halted Badgers at 1, 4, 15, and 23-yard lines. Most frustrating possession for Wisconsin came in fourth quarter after defensive tackle Dale Matthews recovered fumble at MSU 17-yard line. The Badgers had 4 cracks from 4-yard line, but turned it over on 4th down at Michigan State 1-yard line. Earlier after Hatcher had made it 6-0 for State, Badgers answered with long drive, only to see Miller miss well-guarded Richter on first down when halfback Jim Nettles was running free in end zone. Another time was with score still 6-0 in the second quarter. Wisconsin halfback Merritt Norville missed an end zone pass from halfback Lou Holland after having beaten the Spartans defensive back Herman Johnson. Quarterback kicker Jim Bacon missed 40-yard field goal on the next play. Ohio State, number 3 team in the country, played to a tie against Texas Christian 7-7. Ohio State used land, power, and former fullback Bob Ferguson had 137 yards on 35 carries to lead to short first quarter touchdown pass by quarterback Bill Murakowski. TCU quarterback Sonny Gibbs came through under pressure in the second half, as Gibbs, known as I-Full Tower because of his then unusual 6'7" height, hit 62 yards pass to halfback Pete Hill to set up tying touchdown pass to end Dale Glasgow in fourth quarter. So when Buckeyes threatened late, defensive back Gibbs made goal line interception on Murakowski on game's last play. Buckeyes kicker Dick Van Raphorst missed 42-yard field goal that was fielded at 2-yard line by Frogs halfback Larry Thomas, retreating to his right. Now Thomas swept into the end zone and barely escaped being tackled for game-losing safety as clock expired. Next, we got Michigan's upsetting number 9 UCLA 29-6. Bus carrying Bruins to Michigan Stadium broke down, but that wasn't the only thing that went wrong for preseason West Coast favorites. Michigan, champions of the West, opened its 650th game with 40-yard land attack for touchdown that came after poor punt by Bruins punter Keith Jensen. Top-notch Wolverines ball carriers were fullback Bill Tunnicliffe and halfback Dave Ramey, as each scored first quarter touchdown. Ramey's coming from 20 yards out, trailing 23-0. UCLA threatening late in the third quarter by advancing to Michigan 10-yard line. UCLA tailback Bobby Smith tried pass that was tipped by lineman Paul, and Michigan fullback defensive back Ken Turad settled verted by romping 92 yards with an interception for a touchdown with 9 seconds left in the third quarter. So that made it 29-0 for the Wolverines. Held to 172 yards of total offense, UCLA scored late on a 1-yard plunge by fullback Mitch Demkic. That followed tailback punter Rob Smith's 41-yard sprint to 18-yard line on fake punt. Missouri shut out Minnesota 6-0. Minnesota became only the third team since 1936 exception at the time of AP poll to lose its opener in defense of national title. The others were TCU losing to UCLA in 1939, Ohio State losing to Iowa Seahawks military squad in 1943. On this windy and damp day in Minneapolis, accurate punting mattered greatly. Missouri sub-quarterback punter Darryl Krugman booted 13 times, several after poor snaps. His most important punt went 51 yards to Gophers' 1-yard line, when quarterback punter Sandy Stevens punted back into the stiff wind. Tigers were poised for a 30-yard touchdown march. capped by halfback Bill Tobin's 1-yard plunge in the second quarter. The Tigers and defensive end Carl Crawford snuffed Minnesota only threat with fourth quarter end zone interception. Missouri ended game at Gophers 2-yard line as soft September snow began to fall. Notre Dame beat Oklahoma 19-6. Sophomore quarterback Bill Van Berkeley of Oklahoma threw plenty of fear into the Fighting Irish when he came off bench in first quarter. As soon as second series, Van Berkeley hit halfback Mike McClellan 16 yards, sent fullback Parkfield Loman up the middle for 13 yards, hit McClellan for 26 yards to 16-yard line. Drive back down, and guard kicker Carl Milsted's field goal try was blocked by guard linebacker Nick Bonaconti. That quickly sent Notre Dame halfback Angelo DeBarrio dashing downfield for 51-yard touchdown and 6-0 lead. Oklahoma's backup team tied it in the second quarter on halfback Jackie Collins' 4-yard touchdown run after halfback Gary Wiley wore 48 yards with kickoff. Notre Dame quarterback Frank Butker threw interception. The Irish held at their 26-yard line. Fullback Mike Lynn romped for 16, 42, and 22-yard gains. Last for touchdown that tabbed it at 13-6 at halftime. DeBarrio and Lynn on Lean, who scored last touchdown, collaborated on 4-play, 62-yard scoring voyage in fourth quarter. The Irish rushed for a hefty 367 yards. Finally, Mississippi State beat Houston 10-7. Houston simply owned football in first half, running 37 plays on offense to the Bulldogs 15. The Cougars quarterback Don Sessions rifled 12-yard pass to end Buddy Hodges to 3-yard line to make possible 2-yard touchdown plunge by fullback Eddie Broussard. It came at end of Houston's 54-yard scoring voyage, although Mississippi State barely made it past midfield in the first half, but it managed 35-yard field goal by fullback kicker Sammy D'Antoni, sparking 61-yard thrust that preceded D'Antoni's field goal with 4 completions by slender sub quarterback Charlie Furlow. Furlow hit in Johnny Baker for 16 12-yard passes on 50-yard touchdown trip early in third quarter. Fullback Mackie Weaver powered over from the 2-yard line for Maroons winning points. Mississippi State rolled Furlow's timely passes to gain in team total of 10 for 15 for 115 yards. So that concludes a look at week 2, the week that was September 30th, 1961, including the game that was played September 29th, 1961 between Miami and Penn State. Let's look at the top 10 AP poll was October 2nd. Iowa was number 1, followed by Mississippi, Georgia Tech, number 3, number 4, Alabama, number 5, Texas, number 6, Michigan State, number 7, Syracuse, number 8, Ohio State, and number 9, Michigan, followed by number 10, Baylor. So that's the top 10. Iowa, Mississippi, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Texas. The rest of the top 10 had Michigan State, Syracuse, Ohio State, Michigan, and Baylor. So that concludes a look at week 2 of the college football season from 1961 for September 30th. 1961 week 2, including the game was played the day before on September 29th, 1961 between Miami and Penn State. Please like and subscribe to the channel. This is Rashad Mitchell. I'll do a video of this magnitude tomorrow. Until then, talk to you tomorrow.